Scorpio. Let me just really quick make sure that we don't have multiple mics going here. All right. Hi. So weird thing about ADHD and complex PTSD, the two things that I personally deal with. I disassociate. So I sat down to do these readings at like 5 p.m. and now it's literally 5 in the morning, like 12 hours later. I don't know what I did for 12 hours. It's part of my healing. And I realized that I'm following an old pattern of self, or I'm attempting to, which is what's fucking me up in the long run. So I'm no longer doing that. I'm throwing that to the wind. Who I was is no more. I cannot condone those confinements. The dimensions I was is no longer. I talked about this a little bit with Sagittarius, but I'm currently dealing with that myself. So that's how I'm able to read that energy for other people. Anyways, I digress. We're going to do things a little bit differently from now on. When I do a reading, for instance, Scorpio, today will be a tower spread, which is ironic because in traditional tarot, the tower card is Scorpio. It's you guys. Not that you guys cause towers or anything, but Scorpio stands for death, rebirth, evolution, the evolution of self within death and rebirth. So it's fitting, and I thought that the tower spread that I am going to pull would be ideal for anyone who may be in this energy. And I am on the cusp of Scorpio by like a day and have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. So I don't know if this is something that all Scorpios are dealing with, but I just felt like, you know what? I feel like I could do the most good reading for Scorpios currently, right now. So that's what we're doing. Hi. This was a long ass introduction, but I also just I miss people. I miss good people, people that are healing and doing their work. And I got caught up in Las Vegas for a while, and I'm still pulling away all the pieces of me that no longer fit who I truly am. So this is me adhering to that new self. It's all over the place. It's crazy. I know. I get it. I want to block me some days, but the coolest thing about this is that there is no need to follow a specific pattern. So if you're somebody that's going through this and you resonate, I'm sorry. Welcome to the club. We're going to get started. Great thing about the tower is that it never lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. The tables always turn. If this is currently your worst day, do not worry. It can't last forever. If this is your worst day, that's the greatest thing ever, because it's probably going to be a while before you hit your worst day again. So accept it wherever you are. All right, let's get into it. I ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, my Arcturian guides. Please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the messages that are in the Scorpios' highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's like the calm before the storm is what I feel. There's like the rest of the house is sleeping, so I'm trying to shuffle quietly. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm allergic to your awesome. Oh no. I think we need another shuffle though. Alright. This is going to be a 4-card spread, and then I'm going to pull a couple other cards and we'll pull it in for you. The first card is what changed? What causes tower moment for you, Scorpio? What is the tower moment that changed for Scorpio? Instinct was on top of the card. Possibility, whatever it is, you weren't using your instincts. Lack of faith. Man, we do some crazy things when we lose faith, don't we? And that fear starts to creep in. That gut feeling, you know the one I'm talking about. It's just like wrenching. I always think of Eminem, Mom Spaghetti. Anytime I hear him, or I put that to that feeling, and then Eminem's song Mom's Spaghetti. It's like a complete reboot, but in the wrong sense. Like you've rebooted towards all of the things that are lacking in faith that require circumstance to provide them, material, uh, material wealth, material abundance, the things you can't take with you, right? Scorpio, death, rebirth. You lost your faith. That's what changed. This isn't a part of the spread, but I wanna know what caused the loss of faith. What caused the loss of faith? Let's just turn into a 5-card spread because I'm curious. What caused the loss of faith for Scorpio, please? Caused the loss of faith. Oh, I forget. 2 cards, 2 cameras. So this popped up, the instinct card upside down. Remember when I was shuffling? Remember? And I said that you possibly got into this because of you weren't listening to your instincts. This just confirmed it. Um, you're. It's almost like, and to you, it probably felt like a nag. Because look at this card upright. To you, when it happened, it was probably very subtle, very quiet. Because see right here, these are your guides, your guardians, your angels. Right? You have all of them. It's not just one. You don't have to choose. You have multiple different areas of protection. Dragons, fairies. We can get technical with it. It was almost like they were standing beside you. And you see this? This goes up and away from them, moves up away from them, and actually encompasses them. If you look at this, it actually puts a bubble around them so that the darkness and the light are separated. And then you see here that there's a pathway of light that is clearly able to follow, but there's a darkness separating the guides if that path is followed. So what happened, Scorpio, is you didn't listen to your instinct. I wasn't part of the spread. I'm just curious. How can Scorpio live with this and move on? Yeah, I'm going to turn this into 2 cards. How can Scorpio live with this? How can they learn to live with this? I'm revising this spread as I'm looking at it. How can Scorpio learn to live with this? Wow, that was very deliberate. You have to find your joy. It's from your joy that you're going to step out of this pain. It's from finding something that resonates with who you are and emanating that outward from all your chakra systems, because she's emanating it from all of her chakra systems out into the world where it's something that's now mirrored to her. So how you live with it? Acceptance. What I get from this joy card, how do you step into joy? Because, I could say joy, find the joy, and leave it at that, and I'd be like, okay, the fuck? You find acceptance. We're not even going to lay the cards out the way that the spread says, because I'm changing the spread. You don't just step into joy, you accept where you are. And the acceptance, I know this sounds crazy, just accepting, allowing yourself to genuinely accept it is what transmutes it and changes it. Once you've accepted it, it is no longer what it was. It becomes something completely different because your perspective has shifted. All right. How can Scorpio move on with this? Move on from this, excuse me. Not move on with this, move on from this. Wow. I've never seen this card like this before. I hate the twin flame shit so much. Because if you are a separated twin flame, it's not a fun situation. Um, you have an abundance of wisdom and protection around you. Like it's birthing from you, okay? Sagittarius got this card too, but it was completely different, the meaning. It's birthing from you. And how you move on is you take that love within, whatever that may be for you, after you've accepted it. And then what do you do after acceptance? Okay, I've accepted it. Now what the fuck do I do? Put my thumb up my ass? No, Scorpio. I mean, you can if you want. It's not personally something I like, but I digress. Damn it. I try to not be something that YouTube would shadow ban, but here we are. Anyway, uh, it's coming from you. It's something that is birthed from you. All right. This is, in this reading for you, in this card, you are birthing something new. That's your expansion. That's your energy expanding. But this person here, I usually is always, not usually, like, have always seen this person as a guide. I see this as a pair. Whether you're into males and you're male or you're into females and you're female, whatever, it's not gender specific in regards to that. There's a masculine and feminine energy. It's balance, yin and yang. There's always a balance. There's always a yin and yang. Sorry, I feel an eye booger. This is what you're birthing, what you're stepping into, the acceptance of where things are and where you are. What it's birthing is an aligned path for this masculine energy to reconnect with the feminine energy. But it, as you can see, it's almost like it comes from here to here and from here to here, and then he's like the gatekeeper for that to open up. So it's like there's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like there are levels to this that need to happen, and they all begin and end within you. So how you move on from it is you focus on finding that joy within yourself after your acceptance, and you find a way to cultivate it. And it has got to be something that is deeply ingrained with your inner being. Can't be something you see on Instagram and you get FOMO because some fucking Tom, Dick, or Harry has something that you think you want because you're dialed into the Matrix Collective and they're telling people to buy that. So, of course, that's what you buy. Don't worry, I got sucked into it too. I have a couple PS4s in the house now. But that was also my way of dealing with things. I don't go drink, I just lose myself and my own geekiness. That's how I deal with my, or don't deal with my traumas, mind you. So it has a lot to do with what it is that truly drives you, not what the collective is telling you. You know, not what Instagram or Facebook or whatever fucking social media might be telling you. It's what comes from deep within you. And if you don't know where that comes from, or if you're so disconnected from that part of yourself because trauma, um, I get it. Think back to when you were a kid and the things that drove you as a child. Like when I was 9 years old, for me, I would have sold my little sister. Actually, now I would have given her up just for free. I love my sister, but still, at that age, I definitely would have given my sister away. You know, all of my mom's shoes, whatever I needed to barter with to get a video camera so I could sit in my room and do monologues for acting. Have I ever been in the play? No, not fucking once in my life. I was actually kicked out of, I digress. What I'm saying is, what put me back into myself was stepping back into what I wanted most as a child. I know I get lost a little bit. I smoke a lot of weed. But the underlying lesson for that was reconnect. When you were told to do your homework, this is like from like 9 to 13, maybe a little younger than 9, 5 to 13, told to go clean your room, go do something the adults wanted you to do to condition you to be responsible. What was it that you did instead? I mean, not that you thought about it and did what you're supposed to, but what was that one thing that you chose to do, knowing that you'd probably get to put in time out? I don't know if your parents abused you. I don't know what your home life was like, but it was like whatever the worst case scenario was that would put you in trouble, you did it because that shit made you happy. I loved climbing trees. It was worth risking everything to sneak out of my room and go to the park and climb a tree. That was literally worth everything for me. That tells me now that nature plays a significant part in my healing. And when I was in Vegas, which is a city, if you've never been there, I was very disconnected to it with that very important part of me. And it wasn't until I came back to the trees where I could hug them and tell them that I loved them. And I do. I don't care if you see me. I do it. Who cares? I love the trees. That I felt more like myself, that I felt more connected, and that I was able to start my healing journey once again. Find that part of you, Scorpio, because that's going to be where your incredible passion comes from, and that's going to be where your healing takes place. It's from the darkest depths. Hold on, I can't talk because my mouth is super dry. And it's from the darkest depths of our own seeming losses, and I mean, not seemingly, I'm sure we lose things, it happens as humans, but it's from those darkest moments that we are birthed the new alignment. Usually a passion comes with it. So if you're in the tower right now, just know that you're in the worst of it. If you can't see a way out, if you can't see something that's going to distract you enough because you're more passionate about that than whatever it is that's causing the pain, hold still for just a little bit longer. My grandmother used to say, if you don't know what to do, just stand still. That way you don't risk moving backwards. When we're in the midst of rock bottom, the worst times of our lives, we have a tendency of as humans, making choices, split decisions out of fear or a reaction of that fear, when we could have sat for just a little bit longer and sat in that feeling without making any decisions, but just sat with the feeling long enough to understand what it was teaching us. What can be learned from this change for Scorpio, please? Yeah, it's like you're going backwards. What's going to be learned? You're going to learn to release everything that doesn't apply to you, that no longer serves you. It's almost like you're releasing and letting go of all the things that were causing you to follow the wrong path, right? It's almost like, because this could be seen as like a dog whistle, like following the vibration of the whistle or the sound. It's almost like closing yourself off to all the things that could cause that from happening again. You release the parts of yourself that allow the control and the manipulation from others. That's really beautiful. How to release emotions in a healthy way. Service to others. It's wild. Sagittarius got this card as well. we weren't doing the same spread, so it doesn't really, you guys are just in the same energy. Service to others, finding a way to take part, even if you can't be on, like, this would be like the front lines. A nurse, a doctor, someone who's treating those who are ill, like immediately ill. Those are like people on the front lines. Not everyone has a stomach for frontline work. Some of us are better served as triggers, where we are away from the world, but we speak so much truth that it seems like we just kind of trigger everybody. That's a really lonely path too, but it also plays its part. The way to release all of these emotions, and it's ironic because release is what you got from how you'll you know what will be learned from the change, is to step into a form of service. If you have a job that requires a lot of hours of your time, but you have an abundance of money, go above and beyond this holiday season. And not just above and beyond, but like find something that's passionate to you that resonates with you and give to that charity, give to those people. Um, I can't do a lot, but the things that I can do, I've chosen to do in a way that would be special if it were me. And I feel like that makes just as much of a difference as, going out and offering your time, whether you're in, a hospital or you're actually taking the time to see somebody. If, for instance, like, I don't know, somebody may be sitting, I'm sorry for whoever this is for, someone in your life is in a coma and they're pretty far gone. The service you're doing for them is not in vain. Um, I doubt that is for everyone, but that needed to be said. They hear you. You are heard. You are appreciated. You're so appreciated what you're doing. If you're reading to them, if you're reading to them, or if you're not, they'd like you to. But I feel like you're reading to them, and it's touched a place in their heart that others haven't been able to get to because they can't cross that barrier. So keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Um, that was the end of the tower spread, so we're going to do some fairy healing cards, Scorpio. Wow. Um, you're being guided to look inside yourself. Okay. It's a really beautiful card. And the inner child card came out with it. So that pretty much just confirms what I was saying about finding and connecting, reconnecting with that part of yourself that you may have lost or you feel disconnected from. It is a inside job. Look inside yourself, inner child. Go in, within, go within. Meditation, they want you to meditate. Look within. Um, like getting a notebook and setting a timer for like 5 minutes and just free writing. And you could even like rip the page out of the notebook and burn it afterwards, so you know that no one will ever read it. If that's, I mean, I'm talking to Scorpios here, so I once saw a meme where it was it was like trying to get a Scorpio to open up, and you could tell this guy had like clawed, like he had like had to do one of these to get a can open and like peeled it open, and there was like another can waiting for him to be. So, um, you don't have to show anyone the Scorpio. You don't have to tell anyone it. You don't even need to you don't even need to read it after you've done it. Um, and that I'm hearing that that's the best way to go for you, whoever you are, because it's the things that you're releasing right now, or that need to be released, that are literally in your body pent up right now, are very cringe things that even though we've already dealt with it, it's already happened, it's still something that makes you cringe. So it's like there's a level of embarrassment to that, and that actually hinders, like, harshes your vibe, man. Harshes your vibe. So you want to get rid of that any way you can, and it's actually a service to self by doing that. So that actually would be an incredible challenge for you, Scorpios. Just set the timer for 5 minutes and free write for 5 minutes, and then go burn the paper. Don't even read the shit, because subconsciously you're gonna release shit. You don't. Your brain only controls so much. If you get, it's like a train, and it's like going and going, and then like there are no brakes, and it's going downhill. It's gonna flow. I'm gonna just shuffle these like this because these are really loud. I'm the only one that stays up all night. PTSD. It's awesome. All right. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Yeah, so there's a level of making decisions based out of fear right now. I don't want to even talk about what that looks like to me. Rebirth. Let's just leave it at that. Rebirth. There's a lot of rebirth happening. If you let it, you have to kind of usher it out, head first. Why are these analogies coming to me now? Like it's kind of dirty, Scorpio. Y'all are kind of dirty. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. So in every moment, the universe is like, if you think about like Abraham Hicks talks about segment intending, and every new event that happens is a new segment. So you intend for the next segment to be good, great, whatever, segment intending. I don't know if anyone's ever explained it like that, but that was literally a 2-second explanation that the world should know, because she just likes to talk around it sometimes. Expound the explanation. I digress. Every moment the universe is conspiring to give you something to look towards. All you have to do is accept it. There's a lot of focus on acceptance right now, Scorpio. And you not accepting things is actually keeping you from being aligned to the path that you're meant to be on. So if you're unhappy, be grateful, because you're not on the path you're supposed to be on. You're on the path and you're happy, but it's not the path you're supposed to be on. That would worry me more. Like, wait a minute. That tells you, or would tell you, how off the intuition is. There is no bad or good, everything just is. It's the perspective of what is that defines it. This is my Clary Couture deck. Someday I'm going to create this deck. I keep saying it, and even as I talk about it, you can see the camera moving because my leg starts shaking. Some things. I've been saying it for 2 years. I'll get this deck up. ADHD. So that's it. The true test of self-love is how one handles projections from another. And it's really important to remember that all behaviors from others, whether they're good or bad, offensive, loving, they are based on that other person and how they see themselves. They're not based on you. As annoying as that is. Excuse me, it's 5 a.m. Now I'm yawning. So whatever bad thing that is being perceived or good thing that is being perceived, the minute that it is accepted for what it is transmuted and it shifts. So if you want something good, allow yourself to just be in the present moment and enjoy it. Don't think about how long it's going to last or when the other shoe's going to drop. Just let yourself be. If it's something you perceive as bad, accept that you think that it's bad. Accept that you're in this whatever it may be, and this is how I'm perceiving things. That acceptance is powerful. So powerful. And you need to honor the vibration that others choose to live in. A lot of those popped out, so we're not going to take all of those. All right. Now this, I'm going to have to pull out my little book of notes here, because I don't have... Well, I guess I'm done with the spread. I can just pull it this way. So we're not doing the same spread again. All right. So I do not have the houses in front of me, as I said. I'll do it, and then I forgot. Each planet pertains to a house. Each planet in each house tells you a little bit about you. So if I pull a planet for you, this is going to highlight the planet that needs to be... I'm gonna, if you want it to come out again, have it pop out again. That was like it hit my hand, it flipped over, it was, I don't know, it felt forced. I don't like it. Whatever planets pop out, if you look at your birth chart, you can see where the planet falls in your chart, and that will tell you where you need to heal. This is just an extra little healing thing. It's kind of up in the air right now. I just came up with it last night. I used it for the first time last night, but then I realized that I didn't mention the houses in Sagittarius' reading either. So I'm just letting you know I did not write that down. I promise to do that for the next ones. All right, you got Mercury. Mercury is ruled by Gemini. It rules the mind, communication, intellect, and intelligence. It's also ruled by Virgo. Gemini and Virgo. Mainly Gemini. I guess it's Virgo too. Gemini and Virgo. You got the Sun, so your Sun sign. The Sun is ruled by Leo. It rules your ego, your basic personality, your conscious mind. And Uranus. Uranus is Aquarius. It's eccentric. It highlights rebellion or reformation. Unpredictable change is also what Uranus highlights. So let me just write these down so I can, when I upload it, I'll put what houses each one is in the comments, wherever the description. The numbers 15, 13, 20 came out as well. So again, signs that could be pertaining to you or could be the cause of... So here's how we'll do it. They'll either be the cause of why you need to heal, or they'll be a sign that will help you heal. I'll get into that, like make it more compartmentalized later, but because I'm trying this out, I just kind of want to see how you guys like it. So leave a comment if you like it, or if you don't, or whatever. Don't, it's fine. I'm still going to do these readings. Uranus is Aquarius, Sun is Leo, and Mercury is Gemini and Virgo. Okay? Oh, let's do one of your Ascension cards, and then we'll call it good. And right as I looked at the time, it was 34 minutes and 34 seconds. All right, Ascension card for Scorpio, please. One card, please. One card. Scorpio, you have some shit attached to you. That's before I do this, Scorpio, I need you to say out loud, I call back my power to me from every timeline, time, place, dimension, people, person, thing, now. Call your power back to you. And then go a step further and say, I now lovingly return all energy that has been sent to me and put a wall of protection and love around myself. Anything along those lines. It doesn't have to be exactly that. That was off the top of my head. You could maybe make it a little nicer, a little bow or whatever. What this is doing is this is recalling your power back to you. It is putting up a wall so that it can't be taken from you. Okay, we're going to talk about it. Focus is consent, Scorpio. You focusing on another person is you consenting for them to take your energy. It's that simple. That's why it's so funny when the media do such crazy things to get people to pay attention to their stories, and usually having to use anger or fear as a way to fuel it. Those are very powerful emotions, and paying attention to it is consenting for that emotion, that energy to be taken. So there's a need for you to stand in your power and take your power back, Scorpio. So there's something that maybe, I don't want to freak you guys out, but there's an energy that's attached to this reading that's like Gollum. My precious. If you don't need to put the ring down, someone looks at you as the ring, and that energy from them is sucking the life from you. And it's not a funny thing at all. I just have to make it a funny thing because what I'm seeing in my mind is terrifying. And it's not some shit that people want to see. Um, I'm not even going to tell them what they could Google so they could see a picture of this. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't feed into fear. I'm going to say, I rebuke all energy that is attached to that entity, and that entity is not welcome here. Um, Beyond that, see, the energy just cleared out the minute I said that. So it really is taking back your energy, taking back your power. But you must understand, Scorpio. Now they're trying to get me to stop talking because they can't be in here. Checkmate. Um, you have to understand that focus is consent. I'll use this as an example. Last time around Halloween, like my birthday, I was getting sent death threats across all social media platforms from somebody that was very close to my family. Not my family, but someone that should have stopped the behavior in its tracks for safety reasons. And they did not. I chose to blatantly ignore that shit. I didn't react. I screenshotted everything, saved it to a fucking Google document for legal purposes, deleted it off of everything, blocked all the fucking accounts, and went back to my Sunday. That was literally the majority of energy they got from me. They got enough energy from me to make sure that my guides could handle it on this end, on a legal front. That's the most energy it got from me. Now, the attacks, the verbal attacks, that was them. If you think about a fishing line and you think about how you have to like throw the line out and then you have to sit there and wait for the fish to catch the line, right? Those verbal attacks, those uh, seemingly very societal, like abusive tactics, right? The war tactics that people are using now in social media. It's cancel culture. These are all war tactics. It's psychological warfare, by the way. No, it's all fine. It's a pull. It's a pull at the fishing line. And me literally being like, as they're literally throwing arrows. Arrows are sticking out of me. I'm bleeding out. You wouldn't know it. If you didn't see the fucking blood, you wouldn't know it. Scorpio, that's how you need to be right now. Whatever is coming at you, whatever is happening during this tarot, during this, you could be in the tarot world, I don't know. The tower moment, you cannot give your energy any of it. Bitch, not one fucking second of it at all. Because that focus is consent. And that's all it takes. Because the minute that you look at it, it's an energetic tether. You've tethered it. But here's the great thing about that people aren't talking about, all right? As an alchemist, you can transmute this. And I don't know a lot of Scorpios that aren't alchemists. I genuinely don't. And if you're a Scorpio and you're not an alchemist, you're probably in your lower self and you just haven't made it to your path yet. You haven't learned how to use that power you have to transmute it. It's a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing. When you learn how to take that energy that people are sending you, because remember, you've got a tether, and you transmute that shit, you can literally begin to take their life force energy and feed your goodness out to the world using them as a battery. Y'all want to know why I'm shadow banned on here? Because of this shit. They don't want you to know this. So if you're watching this, you got through. Good job. All right, let's do the ascension cards and then I'm out skis. I was like, maybe I should start another YouTube channel. It wouldn't do any good. Every single account that I have across the internet is shadow banned. When they know, they know. Oh, yeah, there's a lot with you and the occult, Scorpio. Don't be sucked into the wrong thing. Don't be sucked into the wrong thing. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. And be okay on being, you have to be okay being on your own. If you can't live in this world knowing that you might have to do it alone, you're not going to survive. You won't survive because there's always going to be somebody that can see that as a fucking weakness and they'll play on that. You have to learn to be able to survive on your own. And when you survive on your own and you're able to heal that part of you and transmute the energies that they send you, oh my God, just wait. Just wait till you lock in with your counterpart. I'm not even there yet. Oh, Lord, help this world. And I mean, like, the darkness of the world, not the light of the world. I mean, the darkness of the world. And that's why, on another count, they do everything in their power to shadow ban those of us who are genuinely speaking on what needs to be shared. They don't want us to come together. You got Toth. Wow. That's amazing. 31. Scorpio, your birthday could be October 31st. Deadass. 31. Thoth, a high priest in the Golden Era Atlantis, led his tribe to South America to become the Inca civilization. He taught that when every single aspect is in tune, the whole is automatically in harmony. Your guidance is to bring all parts of your life and your body into alignment so that you enjoy perfect health and happiness. Imagine every cell of your body is part of an orchestra. Let your thoughts conduct a magnificent concert for radiant well being. Attune each area of your life to a higher purpose so that your life is a celebration. My life and my health are in perfect harmony. Wow, that is really powerful. Mainly because it's telling you how to reconnect with that part of yourself if it feels like it's lost. Imagine every cell of your body is a part of an orchestra. Let your thoughts conduct a magnificent concert for radiant well being. That's incredible. All right, Scorpio, this is what I have for you. I hope that this helped you. I wish you all the luck and all the love and all the goodness. Namaslay.